YouTube, Downstater here, doing a little project on the boat behind me. It's a 2011 Carolina Skiff 17 DLV. It's a boat I picked up a little bit ago, and like a typical skiff, it doesn't have much shade. It's a kind of simple boat. It doesn't even really have seats, actually. So the wife's been giving me a little bit of a hard time about that. So, you know, she's Irish Catholic, pale as a ghost, and she needs shade. You know, I get it. So I'm working on that today. I've got something up there that I'll show you in a second that's kind of where I want it, but I got to get a little bit closer to where I want it. So hang tight and I'll show you. Oh, I'm getting fat. All right, okay. All right, so project we're working on, like I said, is a sunshade. God. I'll go over the quick kind of premise of what it is. So it's a cheap build, right? So it's a $20 Amazon 7-foot by 7-foot shade. All right, you can go on there, just search it, you'll find it. It's an 80% shade, so it lets through 80 or 20% of the light. It blocks 80%, right? It does let through some air, which is good, I think, for what our use is. And then it also, you know, it also reflects light. So since it's a metallic material, it actually reflects light. So it really should keep it cooler than just having a regular tarp. That's kind of the goal. Whatever, we'll see. It's 20 bucks. I'm not gonna cry over about it. So I think I'm all into this for about 40 bucks at this point. And I am a bit of a hoarder. You know, I keep stuff around. I keep hardware around. I have, you know, whatever. Thanks, Dad. That's what I am. I'm a hoarder. So I had this aluminum angle iron up top there. To buy that, though, I don't think it would be very much. You know, I just happen to have it. Probably 10 bucks or something like that. So at the very top there, you have an aluminum piece of angle iron. It's about 7 feet long, and I literally just folded it over, zip tied it along the edge, right? And there's probably, I don't know, 9 zip ties or something like that. Simple. Again, I'm not trying to, you know, we're not reinventing the wheel, just getting some shade on the boat. I've seen shades like this going for like $800-900 bucks, by the way. So I'm into this literally for 40 bucks. You know, no joke there. Granted, they're probably a little nicer, but whatever. It does the same thing, gives you shade. So this particular shade has eyelets, grommets built in. I have to use some bigger hardware than I was originally going to use because the nuts I had didn't work, so I will be drilling that out in a second. I also just have some rubber grommets, kind of, I'm guessing neoprene, maybe butyl, something like that. They're just rubber, kind of typical grommets. You can find them at the hardware store. So I'm putting those in the actual eyelets, again, just for kind of a spacer, but also as a vibration dampener and whatever. Again, I had them. I know, I got a problem. Anyway, so what I got to do real quick though is drill out this hole. It's a little bit there. Ah, barely even took anything off, so you're good. So I had a smaller bolt before, so now we're just a bit bigger. And these 1/4 20, still a little tight in there, huh? Don't do this at home, by the way. You shouldn't use drill bits to ream, but if you need to, then do it, okay? Because that's how this works. So a nice circular pattern, exactly how you're not supposed to use a drill bit. You'll be fine. Yeah, that's about good right there, I bet. You know, look at that, money. All right, so what I will be doing is putting a stainless steel washer in between so I can match the other side. And come on, and let's get this bolt in there real quick. All right. Probably gonna time lapse this because I have to actually thread this into this. Oh no, let's just push it. Come on, be a brute. There we go. She's in. Good. That's what she said. All right, so we got that on. So let's go back over materials again real quick before I get to this. $20 sunshade from Amazon. Look them up, you'll find them. There's a million of them. Piece of angle iron. You can also use tube. I would actually suggest using square tube, some small stuff. It would probably be more structurally sound. This stuff does flex a fair amount, so yeah, you know, I just happen to have this, so I'm not going to buy anything else. So, and then I'm using the bolts to actually hold this tight, right? So to pull the edge tight on the end of this shade. You'll see why when it's all set up, it makes sense. Again, you're talking maybe, I don't know, $5 or $10 in stainless steel hardware. Again, I had it, but if you're going to the hardware store, it's not much. The other big part. Oh, what did I do? All right, so anyway, these are from Walmart. They're, as you can kind of tell, they're, I think they were window washing poles. I don't know, doesn't matter. They're about 7 or 6 feet long. They're telescoping. They're not anymore. Because I put a through bolt in them with an eyelet. So this is a stainless steel eye bolt and a really beautifully engineered bungee cord. Yeah, so, and then what I did at the end there, I don't know if you can tell, but I basically just used a grinder, cut off the flat, you know, flat on each side, and then drilled a 1/4-20 hole, right, well, 1/4 inch hole right through the end there. So, and I have the same thing on the other side. So this is, I think, is like 6 feet. Let me give it a, yeah, 6 feet. Let's call it 6 feet. So it's aluminum and plastic, shouldn't rot, shouldn't rust, and should do the job nicely. It was $8, I think, for each one of these. So 20, 8 and 8. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into this thing for much, right? So like 40 bucks probably total. Maybe 45, whatever. So again, I got a couple bungees with an eye bolt, and you'll see why in a second. And then the only other thing I had to do is add some stainless steel half rings in the front of the boat. Again, they're like $3 a piece, I think, at the marina. And you just drill right through the lip of the, you know, the gunnel right here, and then throw some silicone and some stainless bolts with lock washers and lock nuts, and you're done, right? Easy, easy, easy. So let's get this thing bolted up. One thing to keep in mind is these eye bolts are going to be facing forward because they are going to be tensioning the whole thing down to the front, right? So make sure you put it together in that way. Come on. I'm a little too tight on there. Not the story of my life. All right. So we shall be done quickly. I won't even time lapse this. You guys are just gonna have to sit through this, all right? Don't go fast forwarding too. Come on, help me out. Support the channel a little bit. I'm trying to do some good stuff. So, all right, we're good. We're good. We're in. Sort of. All right, now we're in. Good. Stainless steel washer, stainless steel lock nut, pitter patter. Let's get at her, right? Adjustable wrench is, you know, what the doctor ordered for this one. Don't be a pro, be a rook. All right. Couple turns. I don't want it too tight, to be honest. In fact, that's too tight. I'm gonna back it off a little bit. I want this thing to be, oh, all right. So with lock nuts, you basically want at least a thread or two hanging out the end of it. That's how you know you're really getting the right use out of it. But I do want this thing to turn and pivot, you know, easily on there. So I already did the other side. Let's set this thing up. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna roll it up and set it up from its stowed position, right? And you can watch me roll it up real quick. So you got two sides, angle iron, shade, couple bungees, bungee. Both of the bungees are facing forward. Yeah, details, but whatever. Just do it right the first time, right, guys? All right, so pop these forward. That's all there is to it. And roll it on up. Oh no, all right. Don't mind the kind of gangster LED light install and the bugs everywhere and the general disgusting nature of my boat. It'll be fine. All right, let me back the camera up and then we'll do stuff. Oh, Jesus. Alrighty. How's this for some high quality cinematography, right? You're paying the big money for this, guys. Alrighty then, right there. Let's do it. Okay. So, another note I forgot to mention is I do have this secured up here. The other piece of angle iron is just secured with a bungee up there. The reason being is that I might want to move this whole setup to the back of the boat, and I have another set of eyelets back there, and you'll see in a second this unit actually is going to hook on to my front cleats to actually give it the support. So it's kind of universal. It'll go front and the back, no problem. So I didn't want to permanently affix this to the front because, yeah, we spend more time up here. The women especially do, my wife, my daughter and all that, but you know, the back might need some shade too. So it's easy to just pop these bungees off, bring it to the back, deploy it, and you're good. Enough talking, let's do it. So, just bring it out, unroll, right? And you got your 2 poles, right? Typically, what I would do would be to undo the one, undo the other. Huh. I did something backwards here. I did. That's why. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Damn. I'm not making a good sales pitch for this thing, am I? It should be that way, right? Hold on a second. Hold on a hot second here. Ah, there we go. All right, all right, all right. We're back, we're back. Hey, I'm new at this. It's a new unit, all right? We're still working out the bugs. All right, so you want it down like that. Down like that. It goes right on the cleats. Pull it forward a little bit of tension. You know, this is high-tech stuff, all right? NASA designed this. All I did was copy their design. Ooh, it's got a little bit of tension on there. So that's it. There's your shade. 800 bucks? Nah. How about 40? Yeah, that sounds good. So if you want to copy NASA's design, you're welcome to copy this. You know, I won't charge you anything. Yeah, that's all I really got. It works really well, and the parts, like I said, are next to nothing. These little eyelets, you can probably see them in the frame now. Real cheap at your local marina. Eye bolts, $8 from Walmart for these poles. I brought them all the way out and then I drilled the eye bolt right through so they can't collapse. Ground and drill the end. Aluminum angle at the top, zip ties. Bob's your uncle. This thing's easy. I had it out the other day. I replaced the hardware like you just saw just because I wanted to, but otherwise it worked well. It worked really well. We had some wind, no problem. These bungees are what make it great, and the cleats where I have it secured, it's not going to come out of there. You really got to, like, you know, yank. There's nothing that's going to pull it out. I mean, me, obviously I can yank it out, but I mean it's the way that it's kind of pulled down and pulled back because of it being pulled down. It's not going to come out by itself. At least it didn't the other day when we were out, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. That's all I got. If you enjoyed this, shoot me a like, shoot me a subscribe. If you're watching the video all the way till now, good on you. Trying to make some better stuff for the channel, and we'll go from there. Thank you. Downstater out.